We're here with Danny Mitchell. The last time we saw you at that Superior Challenge, you just defeated Besam Youssef. Now you've gone from sort of a Swedish promotion to the biggest promotion in the world. How does that upgrade feel?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, this is the goal. This is the pinnacle. This is what everybody wants. So yeah, I'm glad to be here.
And you won your last fight by submission. Or well, do you feel like that fight? What do you take from that fight? The positives into this fight?
The positives with that is just that I'm always ready to fight. I took that fight on short notice, and I felt really good in the fight, nice and relaxed. So yeah, I just feel like I'm ready. I'm just going to stay ready. So yeah, it's good.
And you're fighting Igor Araujo, Brazilian, very skilled submission artist. You're also a very skilled submission artist. Who do you feel is better on the ground?
It's tough to tell until we get hold of each other. Who's going to know? But yeah, he's from watching him, he's very similar to me. He plays like a similar game on the ground as well, and it's interesting for me to watch him actually and see how he moves and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll be glad to get out of him and see what happens.
You've got a sort of a tendency for a bit more unusual and spectacular submissions. Do you feel like maybe you take more risks on the ground?
Yeah, I'm a risk taker. Obviously, taking fights on short notice and things like that. Yeah. I like a bit of gambling now and again as well. So I think I'm definitely a risk taker, and at the end of the day, that's what people want to see. It's you can play the game safe, and that's all okay. But the fans want to see that. Fans want to see you jump for something crazy, and that's what I'm about.
I was actually going to speak to you about that, because so far in 2014 we've only seen 8 submissions in the UFC, and as some have said, maybe it's got to do with the fact that they've changed the bonus scheme from submission of the night to performance of the night. Do you think that's got anything to do with it, or is it just a bad luck, a bad run at the moment for guys that are submission specialists?
No, I think that the style of MMA is changing. I think what's happened is you're getting these guys who are playing the point system, playing the rules, and they're sort of there's a lot bigger focus on wrestling now, because takedowns score so highly. People are getting the takedown, throwing a few shots and staying pretty tight, and just getting those decisions. So I think that there's a gap for someone like me who's going to come in there and is going to be jumping for these submissions and taking those risks. It's not probably the best way to always win the fights and be safe, but I think that it's how I enjoy fighting, and I think that it looks better for the fans watching. People want to see that crazy stuff.
It's nice to hear a fighter be so open about that, to be honest with you, because a lot of fighters don't kind of really say that they're going to kind of go into a fight and potentially just try and get the submission and really be open for it and not play it safe. Now, something else I wanted to speak to you about, and I'm sure you've probably been asked about this a couple of times already, but your nickname, the Cheesecake Assassin. You've got to tell us the story behind that. What happened there?
Yeah, it came from a while ago. One of my early pro fights, and I'd made weight, and my opponent, I think he'd missed weight by a few pounds, so he's jogging around in a sauna suit. So I just sent one of my friends to the shop. He gets me this cheesecake, and then I just sit and eat it, and then the guy makes weight, and then I end up getting interviewed, and I'm still eating this cheesecake, and then I think it just sort of came from there. But I have got a real sweet tooth. I always like a nice bit of cake. So
do you think you might make that a ritual? After every weigh-in, you might just start eating a cheesecake.
That is the ritual. That is the ritual anyway. It's just something I do. But to be fair, I mean, after a weigh-in, you need like liquid carbs. You need that energy, and it is quite a good thing to get in, really. So, but yeah, it's not like something I just jumped on. I've always been a big cake eater.
Fair enough. I mean, can you just talk about, you're making your UFC debut here. It's in the O2 Arena in England. I mean, what kind of response have you had from friends and family and from fans? And
yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I've got that many people coming down. It's unreal, really. This is the biggest response I've had for any fight. I mean, I always bring a big crowd when I'm fighting sort of locally. And then when I fought in London before, I've brought a big crowd. So obviously, with it being the UFC and my debut, people want to be there. So yeah, the atmosphere is going to be mental.
Is it something that you have to kind of control as well emotionally to make sure you keep yourself in check, you keep focused for the fight itself? Obviously, this is more media that you'll do than compared to any other fight you've ever had before. So can you just talk about the mental aspect of the game and how you're rolling into fight week?
Yeah, it's just about staying grounded. I mean, I'm here in the UFC now, but I'm still the same guy. This is just another fight that I'm training for. So I just see it like that. I've got a pretty relaxed approach to it. I'm not going to get like caught up in all this hype that I'm like some kind of superstar, because I'm just here to have a fight, and that's it really.
And for the UFC fans that will be in attendance and watching at home and who have never seen a Danny Mitchell performance or a Danny Mitchell fight before, what can they expect from you?
Expect the unexpected, something crazy. Just not the normal kind of boring sort of grappling style. I'll jump for stuff and crazy strikes, whatever I can.
So you're going to try and make a statement and maybe get one of those bonuses?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, that's what I'm looking for, bonus every time.
How have you been preparing for Saturday?
I've prepared, I went out to Thailand to Tiger Muay Thai, and I did 4 weeks over there training. I got a scholarship, I won a scholarship there actually last year, so I went out and made use of that. There's lots of good guys over there, Roger Huerta, Brian Ebersol, so I did a bit of preparation with them, and then I've come back and I've got my own team over here. I brought a lot of coaches in, different sparring, so yeah, it's been a good camp, and I've done everything I can now to prepare for the fight, so I've just got to do it.
Do you think you're going to have any advantages then over him on Saturday?
I've got the hometown advantage, so that's pretty good, but yeah, I'm sure he's trained hard, I've trained hard, we've just got to get in there and see what happens.
How do you think your styles are going to match up?
I don't actually know right now. I mean, like I said before, we're both very similar in style, so I'm interested to see how things are going to work out. So yeah, it's a real interesting stylistic matchup.
Are you going to go for that submission?
I'm going to go for the finish. It might not be a submission, but I'm going to try and finish him.
Sometimes when we see two grapplers going at it, they tend to cancel out each other's grappling from the striking match. How do you feel about that potentially happening, just becoming a kickboxing match? Yeah,
that's great. I mean, fans like to see people getting punched in the face, and it's the easiest form of, you can sit there and it's easy to watch two guys hitting each other. So yeah, if he wants a kickboxing match, then let's throw down.
And how do you match up your striking skills against his? I believe he only has one win by TKO, whereas you have 3 or 4?
Yeah, I think I've got 3 wins by TKO, and I've also boxed professionally as well, and fought in other stand-up styles. So yeah, I think I might have the edge striking, but this is MMA, and strikers get knocked out by grapplers. Who knows? Again, it's the unexpected is going to happen. So I'm just going to get in there and go with it.
Other fighters have talked about having the octagon jitters for their very first fight. Have you kind of read into that at all?
Yeah, I know a few people have suffered that, and I don't know how I'm going to react to that. People who know me will tell you that up to fights I'm very relaxed. Just like I'm talking to you now, that's like kind of how I am in the cage before the fight. So it's going to be interesting to see if that does affect me, because it might do. Who knows?
Well, let's hope it doesn't, and well, best of luck for your performance on Saturday night.
Yeah, thank you.